What's going on, everyone? In today's video, I'm going to be explaining how I doubled my wholesale fee on a property and made 2 times the profit. All right, everyone. So how did I double my profit on a wholesale deal? Let me tell you. First, I found a very good deal, fourplex, locked it down at a good price, and I brought a buyer there, and me and the buyer were doing our walkthrough, and we noticed that this property needed some work. And my buyer basically straight up asked the guy, would you take 15K less, like right now? If we drop the price another 15K, we'll make sure we get the paperwork to you tonight to waive the conditions. And the seller agreed. He said, yeah, like I really need to get this sold. So if we can drop the price 15K, like that's fine. It has to just be done by tonight. So I'm thinking, okay, great, like whatever. My fee's still the same, and my buyer just got 15K shaved off of the total price, really, and it's not coming out of my fee. So whatever, I was still pretty happy at this point. Like this, I got what I was asking, and my buyer seemed pretty confident in taking it. So I drove home and said, all right, let's see how this goes. I'm driving not even 5 minutes, and my buyer calls me and says, hey man, probably not gonna buy this property. I said, oh, what the hell? We just told the guy, man. Like, we just told him. He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy it, man. So whatever. And he's like, find somebody else for the original price you're asking it for and assign it by tonight, man. So that's what I did. I found another buyer. I had them lined up, just in case this buyer didn't pull the trigger. And I messaged them and said, hey, listen, like I was able to get a price reduction. Honestly, I don't know. Anyway, I was able to get a price reduction on this property, just a little bit. So I'm gonna drop it 10K for you. All right, yeah. So I was driving home, and my buyer calls me and says, yeah, like I don't want this property, man. So you're gonna have to assign it to somebody else, and if you do it tonight, you'll double your fee. And I said, oh shit, good point, man. So that's what I did. I pushed the deal like crazy. I had somebody lined up for the deal, and I sold it to them. And yeah, that's basically how I doubled my fee. So the moral of the story is, how can you double your fee? You can basically have someone lined up to assign the property, and let's say you have the assignment agreement drawn up and they signed it but you haven't signed it yet. You can call the seller and you can say, look, listen, like we have partners on board, but we're off on price just like 20K. If you could come down $20,000, then we would really waive conditions, and this deal will go firm tonight and we'll be able to close. So that's what I did. I called and I said, look, like, we need to get the price down, blah, blah, blah. And they agreed. So I went back to my seller and I said, my buyer, and I said, look, I was able to get the price discounted. So I'm going to lower the total price. I think it was like $10,000. I dropped the total price $10,000, and I was still able to double my fee. So my original fee said 15K on the assignment agreement. Once I resent the assignment agreement out, it said 30K. And my seller was like, oh, the assignment fee is, it's more now. Like, what happened? And I said, look, I was able to get a really good discount, and I still brought your price down 10K, so I'm still saving you money as well. And they said, yeah, okay, that's fair. Like, I was down to pay the price you were asking. You're going to save me 10K anyway. Cool. Like, let me initial it. So they initialed it. I was really, so yeah, they initialed the paper. I got it back. Everything was good. I waived the conditions and the deal went firm. So now I have to wait for closing, and that's when I get paid. So I want everybody to understand, once a deal goes firm, from that time until the deal closes, you don't know what's going to happen, okay? You don't know if the buyer's actually going to close on this deal, or if something happens and it doesn't close. And I really wanted this deal to close, not just because I doubled my fee, but because of the reason of the seller. The seller had to sell this property to get money for medicine for their parents. So I said, I really just want this deal to sell, and I really hope that they close on it just for that reason, and the pay's the bonus. So in between any deal that you assign and it goes firm, you're kind of thinking like, I hope this closes, and you stay confident like it will close. But I've had times where the deal doesn't close, and there goes 3 months of your time, really, and your fee. It's quite the pain in the ass. This deal did close, and I was extremely happy when it did for the seller, and because, the amount I got. Like, I've been trying wholesaling for 2 years, and I got a huge fee finally. This is freaking amazing. So, not only was the seller glad, I was glad, and the buyer was glad as well. They saved some money, and they got a beautiful fourplex. So, it's just the way it goes. You gotta put the money in and the mind. And so yeah, to sum it up, if you want to try and make more money on your fee, basically line up a buyer. Let's say you have a house for $500,000 and you're asking $510,000. Well, once you're about to assign it, you can call the seller and say, look, there's a little more work needed. Could you take a $10K discount right now, like off the price? Could you go from $590 to $490, and we'll be able to waive conditions tonight? Let them hem and haw about it, and if they say yes, beautiful. Tell your seller tell your buyer you're gonna bring their total price down $5K and just add $5K to your wholesale fee, and just from one phone call, you saved the seller or the buyer $5K, and you made yourself an extra $5K. So I hope that's where the value is in this video, is basically how you can up your fee, because sometimes you just want to get the property under contract, because people, sometimes they're a little unreasonable. But if the price is close, still lock it down. I would say maybe start with a 5 to 10K fee, and then if you have somebody serious, you can always go back to them and say, look, like, we're close here. We're really close. If you come down 10, we'll end the conditions tonight. Well, the deal will go firm. And yeah, that's basically it. I hope everyone gains some value on how to double your fee, or just add 50% on top of it. Anything helps. A normal fee is amazing, but if you can even make more, why not utilize it? I hope you enjoyed today's video. Have a great day. Like and subscribe this, and if there's anything you want to see, please drop it in the comment section.